Right then guys, we've got the cheapest bow and we've got the cheapest arrows that we could find on Amazon and some not so cheap. Right, so we'll start off with the full length arrows, the ones that haven't been cut down. And as I said, we're using the cheapest bow. There it is, I couldn't see the target. Right, here we go. Yep, setting the fireworks there fairly tonight. Right, so I'm going to try and use the same aiming reference point for all of the arrows. I just hope I don't shoot my camera. Right, so the last of the full length ones. It was at this point that my body mic decided to give up the ghost. And then I realised that I'd actually left it on all day. So it was no wonder the battery went flat. Anyway, so we're continuing to shoot. These are the shorter cut down arrows, cut down from 31 to 29. And they don't seem to be making much of a difference. But we shall have to wait and see when we get to examine the target. Okay, so it's at this point I start shooting the more expensive £40 per dozen arrows, and this is also where things start to go a little bit wrong. The two sets of arrows are already shot. Were both shot to the same point of aim. The longer ones landing in the gold, the shorter ones landing between the edge of the target bag and the gold. These ones, the more expensive ones, shot to point of aim. The only problem was my point of aim was 2 inches off the right hand side of the bag, and all 5 of them actually hit the wall behind the target. One of them went, well, 2 of them actually, one of them went through the target, just clipping a few pieces of the inner target and then hit the wall. 2 of them went through the edge of the bag and hit the wall and stayed there. The other 2, one hit the wall and went up in the air, landed just to the left of the target. The other one hit the wall and bounced back about 10 foot towards me. So you've just witnessed me killing 5 carbon arrows, which were quite nice. And as I said, when I investigated them, they actually shot to point of aim, which is strange considering they're supposed to be the same weight, spine and everything of the cheap ones. So I wonder what's going on there then. Anyway, let's get back to it. It's hard to tell from this angle when I spin the camera, but there's actually two groups there, even though it doesn't look like it. Group of the longer ones there, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've just been out and we've really done the last test shoot with those cheapest arrows. I used the cheapest Amazon bow, and we were really shooting the cheapest Amazon arrows. But we also shot some other arrows, but we'll come to them in a minute. So we've got two lots of arrows. I shot 5 of each. They're all the same spine, 500 spine. One lot I cut down to 29 inches overall length. The other lot I left at 31. Now, apart from the winged feel of them, and they shoot quite well. The longer ones grouped slightly further to the left on the target bag, not by much, only by 2 or 3 inches. The shorter ones grouped not a massively fantastic group. They were all within about 4 inches of each other, and slightly further right. So they're in the right half of the bag. The longer ones were almost in the goal, almost on the bullseye type area. The shorter ones slightly inside that. My point of aim, or my point of reference, was about 2 or 3 inches to the right of the target bag. And the bag being about 12 inches wide from centre of the goal to the outside edge. So I was aiming at the 7 yards about 12 inches to the right. These hit 12 inches to the left of my point of aim, almost exactly. These are about half that, at about 6 inches. So there is a difference in length, a difference in performance when you chop them down a little bit, but not by a great deal. And if you cut them all down, they're all going to act the same. It just means that with a shorter length, you're shooting, for me, I'm shooting nearer to my natural draw length, which naturally brings the fall of arrow slightly further right towards my point of aim, as it were. But overall, I've been pleasantly surprised. Weird surface apart, they actually shoot quite well. They're quite accurate. They're actually reasonably well made. None of the nocks have come loose, apart from on one arrow, which it turns out, as Andrew said, the shafts are directional. They are very, 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 very slightly tapered. And I discovered on the only one that's the wrong way around, as Andrew described it, the point was incredibly tight. And then I took it out, but the knock was incredibly loose. I swapped them round and they were a perfect fit. So they are very, very slightly tapered internally. I'm not sure about externally. I haven't got anything accurate enough to measure them. But internally, they're ever so slightly tapered, with the knock end being a little bit larger. But if they're all the same way around, you wouldn't notice that. But that's them. So, £19 a dozen. I think they were on offer, so we got them for £18 a dozen. Pleasantly surprised. Would I recommend them? See, I'm going to say no, purely and simply because I don't know whether or not I've got a good batch or not, or have I got a bad batch. I don't know. Is this surface normal? But what I would say is that for £19, even 20 quid, I think they are very, very worthwhile purchase. Even if you only ever use them as practice arrows, as a throwaway type arrow, that you don't mind if they get broken or anything like that. These are fine. These are ideal. 20 quid, you can't fall off. Now we come to the other arrows I shot. These were a little bit more expensive. These were £40 a dozen. The same spine, the 500 spine. They're the same weight, which is I think was 400 grains or something like that. But if you look, of the 5 I shot, you have killed 4 of them. Killed 4 of them. And the reason being, I don't know why, maybe they're a slightly different spine to the others, but marked the same. These shot to point of aim, almost exactly. Now I said I was aiming just off the left edge, the right edge of the target bag. These went just off the right edge of the target bag. And even the ones that actually went into the target hit so close to the edge that they only penetrated through the edge of the bag and then hit the wall behind. So as a result, I've got 4 broken arrows, and they're not even salvageable. The only one that is still usable is that one there. All the others are cafurtled. One of them, no, that one's gone as well. That one, gone. Yeah, they're all dead. I killed 4 arrows, so it was a very productive shooting session, that. Anyway, I just thought it funny that these ones that were slightly more expensive, supposedly the same weight, supposedly the same spine, the same length as the ones I've cut down on the other ones, 29 inches overall, shot to point of aim at the 7 yards. Whereas the shorter ones on there shot, well, all of the other ones, the cheap ones, shot slightly to the left of aim. Now, is that because they're not quite accurately marked up in terms of what the actual spine is, or I don't know, but it does seem to make a difference. Anyway, on that note, we'll talk again soon. Stay safe, keep swinging the sticks. Cheers, guys.